Get a little earlier start tonight than normal.
Yeah. Go on and roll our intro. We're ready. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Carterville High School on a Friday night where we have a key conference game in the Mississippi River to River Conference this evening. Scott Hudson, and a little revenge may be on the mind of the Nashville Hornets tonight.
Yeah, the Nashville Hornets come into this game with 2 conference losses. Probably don't have a chance to win conference, but they definitely have a lot to say on who might win this conference on the Mississippi side. Of course, back in the middle of December, Carterville went to Assembly Hall and knocked off the Hornets on their home floor, and that kind of propelled the Lions into a very good holiday tournament after that. But Carterville missing one of their key players again tonight. Luke Ford will not play, and I guarantee you head coach Brad Weathers of Nashville, he's the happiest guy in the building tonight.
I would certainly hope so. That game you talk about was back on December 21st, and Carterville went up and got their first road win ever at Assembly Hall in Nashville. It was a 43-37 win. Taylor Howell had 14 points. Justin Johnson had 10. A rather low-scoring affair, a hard-fought game, much like all the conference games are for in the River to River. But it was a big win for Carterville, and you're going to hear Coach Shane Hawkins say coming up in a little bit that he felt like that was the first time all season that the Lions felt like they could play with anybody, and that was that night at Nashville.
Yeah, that was kind of the litmus test for the Lions at that point, knowing that they could go up and win somewhere that they had never won before and beat a very good team. You talk about the low-scoring game. Both these teams play similar styles. They're very patient on offense. They're not going to get it and go. They're not a run-and-gun type teams, so they're going to be patient. And I think for Carterville, go back to 6 days ago, and what we saw in one of the lowest-scoring games I've ever witnessed as a broadcaster. It's just one of those games where Carterville and Massac County, neither could shoot the ball well from the field. Carterville's going to have to shoot the ball much better from the outside tonight because, as I mentioned, no Luke Ford again tonight. So that's really going to put a lot of pressure on the guards outside.
This Lions broadcasted is brought to you by the Bank of Carbondale's Carterville Banking Center. The Bank of Carbondale, they offer a variety of business and personal banking services, including checking accounts, online banking, mobile banking. For more information, You can stop by the Carterville Banking Center or visit their website. Go to tboc.com, member FDIC, equal housing lender. So much to talk about tonight. Number one, I want to mention there are 4 Carterville Lion wrestlers that are at sectionals at Vandalia tonight. And the first round of sectional competition began. We want to say good luck. I know it's probably going on now, but we'll say good luck to Lucas Sarber, Julian Harshbarger, Joe Ellis, who all finished second last week at regional, and then Matt Jones, who finished third. They're all wrestling tonight. Hopefully they're going to advance on to the finals, the final round of sectionals coming up tomorrow. And then it was last weekend, let's see, Saturday, I guess we talked about the cheerleaders. Coming up next week is regional play for the girls basketball. Carterville is in the Centralia bracket regionals, and they are going to be playing on Tuesday night, and they will play the winner of Mount Vernon versus Salem. Now, I think their record against Mount Vernon, they've already played them 3 times. They're 2-1. So that's going to be interesting to see. But good luck to our Lady Lions as they kick off regional play next week on the road at Centralia.
Yeah, like Carterville in 3A now instead of 2A. So you play the bigger schools. But the Carterville Lady Lions have proven this year they can beat the bigger schools. They've done it against Carbondale. They've done it against Mount Vernon. So this really isn't, something where they're going to go in as an underdog, even though they're the top seed. They've played very well, and I wouldn't expect them to do anything less in the postseason.
Let's go on and take our break. When we come back, I had a chance just moments ago to talk to head coach Shane Hawkins and what his thoughts were about tonight's game against these Nashville Hornets. That's coming up next. You're listening to Lions basketball here on NewsRadio WJPF. Let's do 2 minutes and then Shane. I think it's only about 3.5 minutes long. So, hello, YouTube. Good evening. Hope you're doing well.
Okay, they've got a lineup change. 33 is starting.
33 instead of.
Well, I thought it said 14, but 14's not starting. Hang on. .33 instead of number 4. I can see why. They're going 6'3", 6'3", 6'4", 6'6". With Ford out of lineup, they're going to pound the ball inside.
December 21st, you traveled up to Nashville. Got the first win in SIRR ever in school history. What did you learn out of that game that you can apply tonight?
Well, I think that's at halftime of that game is when I thought I was finally going to lead. I think there was some jump going in. We were out early, about 11-4, and
There you have it, head coach Shane Hawkins on our pregame show this evening. And I hadn't thought about it until he said it, but in the last month, won on Friday night, lost on Saturday night.
That's a good trend to have, especially when the Saturday night game's non-conference.
Non-conference, yeah.
So, but this is going to be one of the few games this year. I'm not going to say it's the only game, but definitely one of the few games this year where Carterville is going to be the smaller of the two teams. We've just been handed a note that Nashville has made a change to their lineup. They're going to have a 5'11 guard, and then after that it's going to be 6'3", 6'3", 6'4", 6'6". Coach Brad Weathers obviously knows that Luke Ford's not going to play, so he's going to go big and try to dominate on the inside. So it'll be interesting to see how Carterville attacks the Hornets both offensively and defensively tonight.
Which is going to tell you that the guard play for the Carterville Lions needs to be on point tonight and be able to knock down that outside shot, because there won't be much down inside for the Lions. Both teams are coming out on the floor as we speak. They went back for their final instructions with their coaches. We have just a little over 2 minutes before the pregame continues, and then we get into our starting lineups, and we'll do that. Also, one other thing I want to mention, one guy that helps us out immensely here in our area, in our broadcast booth, and here at the school is head custodian Greg Geralds. I was talking with him beforehand, and his son Colton goes to Johnston City High School, and yesterday he signed a scholarship to play football at Northland College, and we're very excited for Colton, and we love his dad, and he's just a big help to us here with the stuff that we do, and we just want to say congratulations to Colton and to his parents. That's a big deal, and hopefully Northland will hurry up and get a head coach signed, and they'll be ready to go for football season next year.
Yeah, that's an exciting time, because if you look at all the athletes in high school who play sports, not everybody has an opportunity to play sports at the next level, whether it be because of grades or because they're just not good enough to play at that level. But this is a big deal. He's going to Northland, a program that is growing leaps and bounds.
Had a great year last year. So
congratulations to that young man, and I'm sure his parents and his family are very proud of him.
They are. I can tell you that. I talked to him for about 20 minutes about it. So we are just moments away from tip-off here on a Friday night as the JV game is over, and man, Nashville put a hammer on Carterville tonight. 39-14 was the final. The JV game, by far the biggest loss for JV this season. This Nashville team, they grow them big in Nashville, and they're good athletes, and they're well coached.
Yeah, they are well coached, and they have been for a long, long time. You can go back to when Darren Lee was the coach there. Brad Weathers has been there for a few years now. They are well coached. They very rarely ever beat themselves. They're not a team that's going to get up and down the floor, like I said earlier, but you've got to be patient on both ends of the floor when you play a Hornets team.
We are going to go on and take another break. When we come back, we'll have those starting lineups and the tip-off here between the Nashville Hornets and your Carterville Lions on News Radio WJPF. After this one, please. Back at Carterville High School on a Friday night, it's Dave McKenzie along with Scott Hudson, where we are preparing for Southern Illinois river-to-river conference action here between the Nashville Hornets, who come to Carterville tonight. They come into this game with a 15-11 record. They are 5-2 in conference play. Carterville comes in with a record of 13-11. 6-1, however, and tied for the lead in the conference with the Pinckneyville Panthers.
Well, it's going to be interesting to see how Carterville attacks Nashville tonight. You might see Carterville get the ball and try to get it up into the front court quickly before Nashville can set up that big defensive front line. And conversely, you might see Carterville also maybe go to a zone, maybe try to collapse down low on the big guys for Nashville. May go to a little bit of a half-court trap. We've seen that from Shane Hawkins' team lately. But without Luke Ford in there, you got to make changes, not only in the lineup, but also you have to make changes depending on the lineup of the other team you're playing.
This Lions broadcast is brought to you by Charlie's Air Conditioning and Heating in downtown Carterville for over 30 years. Certified York dealer, and they service all brands. The Nashville Hornets are going to start tonight. Number 10, Hayden Hagemeyer, the 5'11 senior. He wears number 10. Also going to be starting the 6'3 sophomore, Brian Boltman. He wears number 11. Number 30, Ryan Brink, the 6'3, 180-pound senior, wears number 30. Number 33 is Langdon Briles. He is getting the start. He's 6'4 and weighs in at about 170 pounds. He's a senior. And then, of course, Brogan Kemp wears number 45, the 220-pound senior for the Nashville Hornets. And it was Ryan Brink that the last time Carterville played, he wound up with 11 points in that win that Carterville got back in December, 43-37. And the Nashville Hornet cheerleaders have just completed their welcome cheer to their fans. A nice crowd from Nashville has made their way toward Carterville tonight. The Carterville fans are on their feet. That's a great crowd from Carterville tonight. Nice to see that big student section. It is preppy night for the student section, Scott.
Preppy night.
We didn't dress up preppy-wise.
No, we didn't. But that's probably a good thing that we didn't.
It is. But they are all prepared, preppy night tonight. As the starting lineup is being announced, I see the big head of Blake Jackson being raised by the student section. It's going to be the usual starters tonight. As Scott said earlier, Luke Ford will not play. He's still dealing with an ankle issue, so it's going to be Blake Jackson, the 5'10 senior guard. Number 5, Justin Johnson, the 6'2 junior guard. And then you have Brendan Beasley running the point, number 30, the 5'9 senior. Also getting the start is going to be Dylan Moore, number 20, the 5'11 sophomore. And then the big guy in the middle tonight, he's going to have his hands. He's got a lot of work ahead of him tonight as he's going to be surrounded by big guys all night long from the Nashville Hornets. It's going to be the 6'6 senior, Taylor Heil. He's going to have a big, strong night for the Lions.
Yeah, I think Carterville's still going to try to go inside on every possession to Heil. That's where their offense it starts from, is on the inside. Heil's going to get double teamed, I guarantee it, and when he does, Taylor's going to have to find the open guy quickly. The perimeter game for Carterville tonight, you've got to move the ball quickly, find the open man, and hopefully hit those open shots, which didn't fall last week against Massac County.
So it's a big conference game, as we said. Carterville tied with Pinckneyville. You know, there's only, we got 3 games left? Is that what we said?
We got Sparta, Harrisburg, Pinckneyville, and Harrison.
4 games left. Tomorrow night will be Sparta Bulldogs in town. Tuesday night, Harrisburg comes to town. That's going to be senior night for these Carterville Lions, so we invite you to come out. And then the final game of the season will be at Heron coming up, I think it's on the 24th of February. Both teams are on the floor. Crowd is settled in. Officials are ready. And we want to welcome you to Carterville Lions basketball here on NewsRadio WJPF. And don't forget, you can flip over to YouTube and watch the game live right there. Just search Nashville Hornets versus Carterville Lions 2-10-17, and you can watch and listen to the game. Carterville wins the tip once again to start the ball game. And they are at home in their home whites with the blue lettering, moving from left to right here as we begin play in the first half. Dylan Moore on the right wing, top of the key to Brendan Beasley. Back and forth with the dribble, left to right hand. Now they take it left side to Blake Jackson. Drives in the paint, pulls up, jumper is good. Blake Jackson on the board, first thing for the Lions.
Well, he beat his man on the dribble, drive to the paint, had that nice 6-footer. Carterville off to a good start.
So Nashville has the basketball. They break the timeline. They're into the front court as Bryce Boltman runs the point for the Hornets here this evening. They do have bigs down there. Hagemeyer has it top of the circle. Over to Boltman, left wing. Back to Hagemeyer. Now to the right side. Three ball is good by Ryan Brink, and he starts things off for the Hornets.
Yeah, Carterville's in a zone defense, trying to not let those big guys hurt them on the inside.
Carterville has it in the front court. 3-2 Nashville lead as Justin Johnson fires from the left wing. No good. Rebound comes off to Brogan Kemp. Quickly into the front court. It is Bryles. Now they get it to Boltman. Top of the circle. That is Kemp. Takes it to the right side to Hagemeyer. Hayden Hagemeyer. Right-hand dribble. Now between the circles. Over to the left side to Boltman. Back top of the key. Carterville still in that zone defense. They get it down low to Bryles. We've got a whistle and a foul. And it's going to be on the Carterville Lions.
Boy, that could have gone either way. Didn't go Carterville's way as Jackson looked like he had position on the baseline, but the officials saw it the other way.
They call it on Blake Jackson. That's the first team foul on the Carterville Lions.
Now we do have an offensive foul. I think they're going to get Kemp for a shove, or blocking foul, excuse me. Either way, it's a Nashville turnover.
And that is the first on Nashville as well, their first team foul, so it belongs to the Carterville Lions. Carterville into the front court. That's the first turnover in the ball game this evening. Beasley has it left side. They take it over toward the left wing. Now between the circle. Jackson near side to the right to Dylan Moore. Left-hand dribble. Gets it to Justin Johnson. He drives it down the lane. Left-hand runner. No good. Too strong. Rebound comes off to Brink. Brink quickly into the front court. Nashville has it. They're in their road blue. Behind the back dribble by Boltman. Gives it to Brink, top of the circle to Hagemeyer. Hagemeyer, right wing. They work it down low to Kemp. His shot is up and he's fouled. Shot is no good. He's going to go to the line and shoot two.
Yeah, Ohio was not able to get in front of Kemp and knock away the entry pass. Kemp's a big boy. He's 6'6", 220. And he kind of reminds you of a Luke Ford.
Dylan Moore is called for the foul. Kemp is at the line. He makes the first free throw for Nashville. This Lions broadcast brought to you by the Ike family of dealerships. Ike Honda and Ike Volkswagen of Marion, proud supporters of your Carterville Lions. 4-2 the score. Kemp's second free throw is up, no good. Rebounded by Taylor Heil. So it's 4-2. Nashville with the lead. Carterville has it. Dylan Moore takes it in the lane, loses it. That's the first turnover on the Lions. Quickly, Nashville from just inside the three-point line. No good. Rebound comes off to Blake Jackson. That shot by Bryce Boltman was long. Here's Jackson. Leaves it for Justin Johnson. Johnson left side to Dylan Moore. Moore right-hand dribble. Back to Jackson. He fakes the shot, drives down the right side of the lane, backs it up to Taylor Heil from the right elbow. Short, no good. Rebound comes off to Hayden Hagemeyer of Nashville. The ball quickly is thrown out of bounds. That pass just a little too long. Another turnover on Nashville, their second of the game.
Carterville, after hitting their first shot, has missed their next three shots in the field. Heil's last attempt in the paint came up a little bit short.
4-2. Nashville has the 2-point lead, 4:50 left here in the first quarter. Brendan Beasley, left-hand dribble at the free throw line, over to Blake Jackson. He wants to shoot, but he gets it back to Beasley. Shake and beg for Beasley, drives the lane, right-hand layup is good by Brendan Beasley. We're all tied at 4.
Yeah, Beasley's got enough quickness at times. Depending on where he's out on the floor, he can beat that guy.
Brogan Kemp drives. His first shot is no good. He gets it back, gets another shot, no good. Rebound, Dylan Moore. Carterville basketball. Taylor Heil leaves it for Dylan Moore. He takes it into the paint. Jump, step, puts the shot up. He's fouled, but they're going to say he traveled before that. It's a little awkward on that hop step that he took.
Once he got in the paint, he was in the land of the Giants, and he really had nowhere to go. He was hoping to get a shot up and maybe get called for a foul, but he took extra steps before that happened.
And you can bet this Shane Hawkins is saying, keep your feet, keep your feet, keep your feet. Don't get in the air. But it's a turnover on the Lions, their second of the game. So Nashville has it. Boltman into the front court, guarded by Dylan Valerius, who just checked in for the Lions. They get it down low to Boltman. His shot is up and good. His first bucket of the game. It is 6-4 Nashville. 3:47 remaining here in the first. Beasley and Jackson play pitch catch. Now they work it around toward the other side. They bring it back to the near side. Blake Jackson leaves it for Valerius to Brennan Beasley, left wing. Back to Valerius, right baseline to Taylor Heil toward the corner. He's guarded by Kemp. Top of the circle, Blake Jackson. He really wants to shoot. He decides to drive the lane. Kick out pass to Valerius, over to Johnson. Down low to Taylor Heil. Turnaround jumper is no good. Heil gets his rebound. Putback is good for Taylor Heil. Nice fight by Taylor Heil.
Well, Heil stayed with it. He went after the missed shot and got the stick back.
So it's all tied at 6 with 3 minutes remaining here in the opening quarter. That is Bryce Boltman. He loses the handle. The ball is on the floor. It goes out of bounds, and we've got a foul. I believe they're going to call it on Boltman for Nashville, and it's going to belong to the Carterville Lions.
Yeah, good defense by the Lions out on the perimeter. And that's the third turnover for Nashville. Carterville has a chance to take the lead here late in the first.
So all tied at 6. That is 2 team fouls now on the Nashville Hornets. Carterville with the basketball. Jackson, top of the circle, guarded by Briles. Now Blake Jackson back to Johnson to Valerius. Brennan Beasley kicks it over to Valerius. He drives the left baseline. His shot is up, no good. Gets his rebound, puts the shot up, and he's fouled, and is going to go to the line and shoot 2.
Valerius, very aggressive, got the ball in the corner, saw an opening on the baseline, took it, went inside, couldn't get the little floater to go, but he stayed with it, got his own rebound. And for his hard work, he's going to get to go to the free throw line and shoot 2.
Yes, he is.
And he made the first.
As the foul was on Hagemeyer, his first. That's a third team foul. Second free throw from Valerius is good. He's got 2 in the game, and it's an 8-6 Carterville lead. I like this start by the Lions.
Yeah, I think this is what Coach Hawkins wanted to see out of his team.
So Nashville breaks the timeline. Boltman puts his shoulder down. Should have been a charge, but it's a blocking foul charged on to Dylan Valerius.
Yeah, Valerius got a little too close, and then he wrapped his arm around behind trying to knock it away, and he got called for the foul.
Nashville basketball. 5 seconds should have been called.
It is.
It is a turnover on the Nashville Hornets. As nice job defensively by the Lions to force another turnover, the 4th here in the first quarter.
Yeah, Schnitzker's coming in, who was going to be one of the original starters. Out is Langdon Briles, a 6'4". So now Nashville goes a little bit smaller lineup.
Quicker lineup. That's we'll see how this works. This is the lineup that they started at Nashville in the first game. Blake Jackson fires from 3. That was long, didn't hit anything, and Schnittker gets the rebound right off the get-go. So it's quickly Nashville into the front court as it's Boltman. Boltman drives, kick-out pass to Hagemeyer. He fires from the left baseline, and that's good for Hagemeyer.
Yeah, that's their second 3 of this first quarter. They're just forcing Carterville to come over and double team, and then they're finding the open man.
Hornets just take the lead 9-8 with 1:49 left here in this first quarter. Carterville in the front court. Justin Johnson, right wing, gets the ball down low to Heil. Turnaround jumper short. Rebound comes off to Hagemeyer. He runs it across the timeline to the left wing to Schnittker. Back top of the circle now to Hagemeyer. Right wing over to Schnittker there. He's just roaming back and forth on the baseline looking for that open three-pointer. They get the ball down low to Brogan Kemp. He drives. He leaves it for Boltman, and little bank shot for Boltman is good. He's got 4. It's 11-8 Nashville.
Yeah, Nashville's hit their last 3 from the field to go up by 3.
Schnittker comes in and sparks that offense for the Hornets. Carterville has it. Beasley, left wing, right-hand dribble, top of the circle. Shake and bake, leaves it for Blake Jackson toward the right wing. He drives down the right side, looks for help. Justin Johnson open from 3, no good. Rebound is knocked out of bounds, and they're going to say that the ball belongs to the Nashville Hornets.
Yeah, Carterville kind of gone into a cold funk shooting from the field. They've only hit 1 of their last 6 from the field.
Nashville basketball. Under 45 seconds left here in the opening quarter. 11-8. Nashville lead. Kemp puts the ball on the floor, loses it. Schnitker gets it back, gets the bucket and the foul, and is going to go to the line and shoots the and one.
Yeah, Schnitker was just at the right place at the right time as the ball was knocked out of the Nashville player's hands, and he just picked up the loose ball, got it to go, and got fouled. And since Schnitker's come in the ball game, Nashville has not turned the ball over, and they look a lot more efficient on the offensive end.
He throws up a break on the free throw. Kemp gets the rebound, puts it back, and it's good for the Hornets. He's got 3, and it is 15-8 with 24 seconds left in this opening quarter.
Nashville on a 9-0 run.
Beasley with the left-hand dribble. Waits 17 seconds over to the left side to Valerius. Right-hand dribble, brings it back toward the middle of the court. Now to Beasley toward the right wing. 8 seconds on the clock. Beasley, left-hand dribble, into the paint. Kick out pass to Valerius. Fires from 3, no good. Rebound by Hagemeyer. Long shot is no good, and that's how we end the first quarter. It is 15-8. The Nashville Hornets lead your Lions. You're listening to Lions basketball on News Radio WJPF. 1 minute, please. 1 minute. The hell is that? Back at Carterville, it's Dave McKenzie along with Scott Hudson on a Friday night. And we appreciate you tuning in here to News Radio WJPF. As we just started play here in the second quarter, Nashville gets the ball down low as Brian Brink gets the bank shot down low. And it is 17-8 now. Nashville all over the Lions early.
11-0 run. Carterville only shot 25% in the first quarter, 60% by Nashville.
Carterville has the basketball. Valerius, top of the circle. He's guarded by Boltman. They work it toward the left baseline. That is where we find Beasley. Shake and bake makes a nice move, but he backs it out. Going to take it back out. Top of the circle for the Lions. 7:20 remaining here in the first half. Carterville needs a big bucket right here to kind of stay in this game early on. Jackson puts up a little 12-footer, no good. Rebound comes off to the Nashville Hornets. It's Boltman into the front court, gets it to Hagemeyer. Swing pass over to the left side. Now they work it back toward the right. Down low to Brogan Kemp. He's able to back his man down, but he misses the shot. And it's Justin Johnson that gets the rebound. So Carterville into the front court again. Beasley to Johnson to Blake Jackson, right wing. Over to Beasley. Top of the arc. Little floater in, out, no good. The ball is on the floor. Beasley's able to fight it and get it back. Nice job. Nice hustle play by Brendan Beasley. Blake Jackson fires from 3 short. It's Taylor Heil with the rebound. His bank shot, no good. Gets the rebound again. Put up and good by Taylor Heil.
Heil with 2 offensive rebounds on that possession. And boy, did Carterville need that basket in the worst way.
Cuts the lead, 17-10. Boy, that was a hard-fought possession for the Lions. They get it down to Brogan Kemp in the paint, kicks it out to the top from 3 for the Hornets. That is Hayden Hagemeyer for Nashville.
That's their third 3 of this first half. All they're doing is getting the ball down low. Carterville double teams. They kick it back out to the open guy on the wing.
And Hagemeyer has 2 of those 3 three-pointers. As we have a foul that is called on the Nashville Hornets. It's going to be on Brandon Schnitker. That's going to be the first and the 4th team foul on the Nashville Hornets.
Yeah, Carterville's just going to have to shoot better offensively. They are one of their last 10 from the field.
So Carterville has the basketball. Over to Justin Johnson, fakes the shot to Brennan Beasley, right wing. He drives it to the elbow, kicks it out to Blake Jackson, now back to Beasley. Beasley looking for a pick, doesn't get it. Left side to Justin Johnson. Right-hand dribble, top of the key, that is Blake Jackson. Over to Justin Johnson, wearing number 5 for the Lions in the home whites tonight. As Valerius gets the ball, now to Jackson, they bring it to the right side. Brendan Beasley in the corner, left-hand dribble, back top to Jackson. Jackson, shake and bake, drives, hop, step, up, and good for Blake Jackson. He's got 4 points in this game.
I think Carterville's going to have to attack Nashville's defense. They cannot just keep throwing it around the perimeter. They've got to try and go one-on-one and break that defense down.
Down 8, 20-12, 5 minutes remaining in the first half. Thank you for listening to Lions basketball here tonight on News Radio WJPF. Schnitker to the top of the circle. That is Hagemeyer. Left-hand dribble. He's guarded by Beasley. Now it's Boltman has it. Spin move in the paint. Drop pass for Schnitker is up and good. That's a nice offensive set by the Hornets.
Yeah, they're just running backdoor plays. Once the player with the ball gets in the paint, it's all backdoor.
Everything that they're doing tonight seems to be working. As like you said, you get the double team, kick out pass to the open man. There they run the backdoor pass for the bucket. It's 22-12, a 10-point lead for the Hornets with 4:20 left here in the first half. Beasley has it toward the right baseline, right corner, left-hand dribble, top of the circle, shake and bake once again, takes it into the paint, throws it off the back, and it's kicked by Bryce Boltman of the Nashville Hornets. This Lions broadcast is brought to you by Crystal's Catering and more than you expected, more memorable for your guest. Visit crystalsgoodfood.com for more information. Hornets call timeouts. We're going to take a break as well. You're listening to Lions basketball on News Radio WJPF. Just 60 here, Robert, 60. Welcome back to Carterville High School. It's Dave McKenzie with Scott Hudson. Carterville down 10 here with 4:10 left in this first half, as Nashville seems like everything they're doing right now seems to be working. As Justin Johnson, big bump, and they're going to call the foul, and that is going to be on Nashville's Ryan Brink. That's his first, the 15th foul now on the Nashville Hornets.
Yeah, Carterville really needs to cut this lead down to about 6 points, 7 points before half. At one point, Carterville led this game 8-6, and since then have been outscored 16-4.
Carterville has the basketball. Beasley's going to inbound just below us here at the Carterville High School. They get it in, and Beasley runs out front. Since he's the point guard, he's going to set the play for the Lions. Right side to Blake Jackson. He's guarded by Hagemeyer. Left-hand dribble, takes it top of the key back to Beasley. And we're going to try once again. Back to Blake Jackson. Left-hand dribble. 3:45 remaining here in the second quarter. Carterville once again down 10 points. It's Johnson to Taylor Heil to Valerius. Now to Beasley. Back to Valerius. He finds an opening down the lane. His floater is up and good. Dylan Valerius is on the board for the Lions.
That's a tough shot, but he got it to go.
He's got 4 points so far in this game, and it's 22-14 Nashville. They get the ball down low. The little layup is no good by Landon Bryles. Carterville gets the rebound. Blake Jackson on the right wing. Brendan Beasley now back to Jackson. He's guarded by Brandon Schnitker. Steps inside the three-point line, gets it to Justin Johnson. 18-footer is no good by Johnson. Rebound is controlled by Ryan Brink of the Hornets. Under 3 now here in the half. it is Boltman to the right side. Gives it to Landon Bryles. Now they have it near side, top of the circle, and they work it toward the right. Bryles to Schnitker, who has it now toward the right wing. Right-hand dribble, takes it down low. Down low, the pass is tipped away by Blake Jackson, actually kicked by Blake Jackson, and it's going to belong to the Hornets.
Go back to Carterville's last possession. Justin Johnson wide open just inside the arc. Those are the types of shots you got to hit. I mean, when you're that open against a Nashville defense that's usually in your face, those are the ones you got to make.
The defender had got lost on the switch, and Johnson was wide open, but he failed to hit the bucket. So Nashville has it, 2:22 remaining here in the first half. Patience being shown. They get it down to Brogan Kemp. Kemp swing pass, top of the circle, tipped by Bryles, but it winds up in the hand of Hagemeyer. Now it is Boltman, left side. Now they get it back down to Kemp. Kemp looking for the backdoor cut, spin move on the left block, and he has his pocket picked by Blake Jackson. That's another turnover on the Hornets. I've got him for 5, and a turnover on the Lions going the other way. Quickly, they get the ball out to Ryan Brink, and that's good for Brink.
And that's a 4-point turnaround. Carterville got the big steal, came down the floor, and just really tried to rush things.
24-14 as Brendan Beasley is fouled driving toward the bucket for the Lions, and he's going to go to the line and shoot 2 as the foul was on Schnitker. That's his second.
Yeah, Carterville only 3 turnovers in this first half, but it's their cold shooting, and really Nashville's very good shooting from both the perimeter on the inside that's got Carterville down in this hole.
First by Beasley is good. He's got 3 points in the game so far this evening. After one, Carbondale leads Mount Vernon 13-2 tonight, Scott.
Wow, we thought we
Sounds
had a
like the Carterville score last week.
That's Mount Vernon will slow things down to a snail's pace.
Second by Beasley is good, perfect from the line, 4 points. And it is 24-16 now, with 1:38 remaining here in the half. Top of or between the circle, that is Hayden Hagemeyer. Takes it toward the left side. And another turnover. Blake Jackson is hustling out there tonight. Carterville has it. Jackson, kick out pass to Johnson. Fires from 3. Justin Johnson with a big shot for your Carterville Lions.
Carterville's first 3 of the game, and it could not have come at a better time.
They're down 5 now with just over a minute left here at the half. A little run being shown by the Lions. Nashville, they work it down to the left side. That is Hagemeyer. Down low, they get it to Brogan Kemp. He's got Taylor Heil on his back. Kick out pass to Bryles. He drives the lane, gets the right-hand runner. That's a nice drive by Langdon Bryles.
Well, nobody for Carterville stepped in front of him to take the charge. They just let him go right down the lane.
26-19, 43 seconds remaining here at the half, toward the half. Blake Jackson to Valerius. Valerius looks toward midcourt, looks for somebody to cut, and that is Justin Johnson. Johnson gives it to Brendan Beasley. They spread the floor and look for the cutting Taylor Heil. 25 seconds remaining here in the first half. Shane Hawkins kneeling in front of the bench, shouting instructions. Carterville's going to hold for the final shot. Justin Johnson, he's picked up defensively by Bryles. Johnson, we have 10 seconds left in the half. He takes it toward the left block. His left-hand floater, no good. Heil gets the rebound. Shot is up and no good. And the shot at the buzzer by Langdon Bryles is no good, and that's how we end the first half of action. It is 26-19. Nashville with the lead. Your halftime show is coming up next here on News Radio WJPF. 2 minutes, please. 2 minutes.
glad they didn't ask us to do this.
I already had my routine worked out.
Oh, man.
Back at Carterville, we have the big dance routine being performed by the Carterville dance team. I think this is maybe seniors out there that are doing this, but it's kind of cool. If you're watching on YouTube, you can see what we're talking about. Big dance routine. Scott and I usually have one worked up.
Well, they reviewed our routine and
said it was inappropriate.
Well, yes. I mean, quite frankly, some of the moves that we tried didn't work.
Yeah.
I pulled a hamstring. You pulled a groin muscle. And they said, that's it, fellas.
That
You
was
can't
it.
perform. You're done.
Go to the doctor. Start your crying. We're at the half. It's 26-19. The Nashville Hornets firmly in control of this ball game. Carterville was hanging with them earlier, but then Nashville went on a big run there at the beginning of the second quarter. And when you look at the scoring this evening for Nashville, Brandon Schnitker, who came in the game midway in the first, I guess. He's got 4 points. Hayden Hagemeyer has 6. Bryce Boltman has 4. Brian Brink, who led the Hornets in scoring the last time they met, he's got 7 this evening. Landon Briles has 2. And Brogan Kemp has 3 for Nashville. They've got 26 points in this game.
Shooting from the field is the big reason Carterville's down by 7.5. Nashville, 65% from the field in the first half. They missed 3 of their first 4 shots of this game. After that, they didn't miss consecutive shots the rest of the half. Carterville, on the other hand, only shot 30% from the field. Rebounding, both teams had 11. Heil led the Lions with 5. Kemp led Nashville with 4. Carterville doing a good job of taking care of the ball. Only 3 turnovers, 6 turnovers for Nashville. But the big key in the first half, Carterville's got to find a way to turn it up a notch on the defensive end. Nashville, too many easy buckets in that first half.
The one thing that I was impressed with Carterville, they only had 3 turnovers in that first half, and they forced 6 by the Hornets, and so they're capable. Nashville's capable of turning the ball over. You put some pressure on them. Blake Jackson had 3 steals, I think, for the Lions in that first half. When you look at the scoring for Carterville, they are led this evening by, well, actually there's several tied, as you have Blake Jackson that's got 4, Justin Johnson has 3, Brendan Beasley has 4, Dylan Valerius has 4 points, also Taylor Heil. Carterville has 19. It's 26-19 here at the half. This Lions broadcast, it is brought to you by Artworks in Carterville, specializing in custom graphics and apparel. Visit them today. Their brand new location on West Commercial Drive, right next to Tequila's there in the Carterville Crossroads. They have in-house embroidery. They also do more than just apparel. They design logos, brochures, posters, as well as vinyl signs and decals. Go online. You can find them at artworkscustomgraphics.com. Again, their new location, 209 West Commercial Drive, right next to Tequila's in Carterville. So what are you thinking here after watching Carterville the first half?
I thought Nashville shot the ball very well from the inside and the outside. They had 3 threes in the first half, but they did most of their damage on backdoor cuts, or when they got the ball in the middle and Carterville went to double team, they kick it back out to the wing to a wide open player who had a wide open shot. They were very efficient on offense. I thought Carterville, again, only turned the ball over 3 times, but we always talk about creating offense off of turnovers. Go back late in the second quarter. Carterville got a turnover, and they came down, rushed the play. They turned the ball right back over to Nashville, and they had a run out for an easy 2 points. That's a 4-point swing, so you got to take care of the basketball, which Carterville did, but Carterville's going to have to shoot the ball better in the second half. And as I said earlier, Carterville's got to find a way to stop this Nashville offense. 65% in the first half shooting. They cannot allow Nashville to do that in the second half and expect to win.
If you remember in that game at Nashville, Carterville was down by 11 at one point in that game, was able to come back, and they get the win over the Hornets back in December. It was 43-37. So I'm sure that's what Shane Hawkins is saying. Relax. We've been here. We're entirely capable of coming back in this game. Let's go out and take care of business.
Yeah, Carterville gets the ball to start the third quarter. You're down by 7. Quite honestly, when a team shoots 65%, and you only shoot 30%, you probably should be down by more than 7
Absolutely.
points. But Nashville turned the ball over 6 times, so that's 6 extra chances they didn't have of scoring points. But Carterville's just got to, they can't get out of their offense yet. They're only down by 7. Taylor Howe, they really could not find a way to get him the ball on the inside, which surprises me a little bit because Nashville was man-to-man the entire first half. They didn't play a zone where it makes it a little harder to get to the big man. Taylor's got to find a way to get open, and when he gets open, the guards have got to get him the ball.
Of course, the Lions are without the other big man, 6'7", junior Luke Ford, who's still having some issues with an ankle. He stepped on a foot in practice, came down wrong, and know that he is rehabbing now, and hopefully, maybe by Tuesday, I don't think he'll play tomorrow night, but I think Tuesday when Harrisburg comes to town, maybe we'll see him on Tuesday night. We're going to go on and take another break. When we come back, second half action is on the way. It's 26-19, Nashville over Carterville. It's Lions basketball on News Radio WJPF. Do you need a minute and a half here, Robert? You got it. Hey, everybody on YouTube. Hope you're doing well. Thank you for watching tonight. Say hello. One person drops off, and then we get 2 back on YouTube.
Where does it show that at on there?
That eyeball
12,
with the
okay.
12. I can see who you are. I can't see who you are. I just know how many of you there are watching on YouTube.
We have a drone flying over your house as we speak.
I am distracted because I just saw that they have Girl Scout cookies for sale here.
Yes, I saw that.
The first year in 25 years I haven't bought Girl Scout cookies.
Yeah, I haven't had any in a couple of years, to be honest with you. I used to have them all the time. Of course, I would beat the Girl Scouts up and take it from them. I never paid for them.
That's true. Hey. Carterville High School is where we're at on a Friday night. I'm Dave McKenzie. Scott Hudson sitting next to me, where we have the Nashville Hornets. They are all over your Lions right now, 26-19. As we said just moments ago, remember when Carterville won at Nashville, they were down by 11 points at one point in the second half, midway through the third, if I remember right, and came back and wound up winning that game.
Well, even though Carterville did not beat Massac County last week, they were down to Massac by 12 in the third quarter. Came back, took the lead, and probably should have won the game, but they didn't win. So this is nothing new for Carterville. They've been in this situation before, and at this point in the season, mentally, you should be tough enough that you can fight through adversity and maybe pull out a victory here at home, which would set up. I know they got Sparta tomorrow night. You can't look past them, but if Carterville come back and win this game, everybody's going to be focused on that game next Friday night at Pinckneyville.
Hey, I want to say, give a shout out to Luke Ford's dad, Tim, who had a situation pop up yesterday. He and his wife are not here tonight. He and Lisa are at home watching online. But, buddy, just want to say hello to you and hope all is well. We're getting ready to tip off here in the second half. Carterville has the ball. Thank you for tuning in this evening here to Carterville Lions basketball. Don't forget you can go to YouTube and watch the second half action if you would like to. Carterville has it. Beasley with the left-hand dribble takes it across the free throw line back to Jackson. Now they work it over to Moore and Jackson. Left baseline. He drives it into the paint. Kick out pass to Johnson. Passes up the three ball. And now back to Beasley. Beasley to Blake Jackson. Jackson on the left wing to Johnson now. Dylan Moore on the right wing. Top of the circle. That is Beasley. Blake Jackson fires it from three off the iron. No good. Dylan Moore charges in, tries to grab the rebound, but it is controlled by Bryles for the Hornets. The 26-19. Just over 7 minutes left here in the third quarter. As it's Hagemeyer over toward the left wing. They get it down low to Brogan Kemp. He's guarded by Heil. Backs Heil down. Right hand shot no good. And Justin Johnson grabs the rebound. Beasley quickly across the timeline. Leaves it for Jackson. Passes up the three ball. And they work it toward the top of the circle. To Heil to Dylan Moore now. He brings the left hand dribble to the top of the key. Blake Jackson drives to the right block. His shot up. Tries to bank it home. No good. Brogan Kemp gets the rebound. No score here, no scoring so far in this second half as we are a minute and a half in. It is at Nashville basketball, top of the circle. They get it down to Kemp now toward the left elbow. Kick out pass to Hagemeyer is his three-point shot is no good. And we have a foul that is called on the Carterville Lions.
Well, Nashville's missed their first two shots in the second half, but Carterville's missed their first two as well. Carterville's had a couple of good looks. Couldn't get them to go, and they still trail by 7.
Dylan Moore is charged with the foul. That's his second, the first team foul on the Lions here in this second half. As Boltman, he has the right-hand dribble, guarded by Beasley, wants to drive the right baseline, somehow manages to get to the rack, puts the shot up, no good, and Heil gets the rebound. Beasley quickly into the front court, left-hand dribble, leaves it for Dylan Moore. He takes it into the paint, drops it to Heil. Heil kick out to Moore, fires from 3-0. And the rebound comes off to Langdon Briles. Is that a rebound if it doesn't hit the board?
I give him a rebound.
Well, turnover on Nashville. Beasley behind the back dribble, leaves it for Blake Jackson. His shot is up and good, and he's fouled. Maybe that's the play that'll get these Lions going.
Yeah, Beasley with a steal on one end comes down to the other end and waits at just the right time to give off to Jackson, who gets it to go off the glass. They're going to try for the old-fashioned three-point play.
As the foul was on Briles, that's his first. That's the first team foul on Nashville here in the second half. The free throw from Jackson, no good. And the rebound comes off to Briles for the Hornets. They get the long pass ahead. So it's 26-21. Carterville is down 5. They have it to Kemp. He has tape on his right shoulder. Just noticed that. He's able to fight his way down low and is able to bank one home for the Hornets. It's 28-21, the 7-point lead now. Back and forth the Lions go toward the left side. Blake Jackson, right-hand dribble, top of the circle to Moore. Now it's Beasley. Beasley takes it back in the paint. Left-hand runner is good by Brendan Beasley. I like how he's driving the lane here tonight.
Well, that's a tough shot. Normally when you drive the lane, you bring a double team, which means somebody's going to be open, but Beasley just took it on his own there.
He's able to bank it high off the glass. Nashville has it. 3-ball from Ryan Brink is no good. Rebound by Taylor Heil. At the half, Carbondale leads Mount Vernon 19-4.
Wow.
4 points in a half for the Mount Vernon Rams tonight. Beasley has it. Left wing, right-hand dribble. He's guarded by Hagemeyer. Beasley to Blake Jackson. He backs it up, takes it into the paint now, wants to shoot, has it tied up, and the officials are going to say he traveled with the ball. He had the ball tied up, and he was just trying to fight it away.
Yeah, I thought they were going to call him for 3 seconds in the lane, but the turnover gets the ball back to Nashville. An opportunity for Carterville to cut into that 5-point lead.
28-23, 4:24 left here in the third quarter. Nashville basketball. Boltman, right-hand dribble, brings it across the Lion logo on the floor. They get it down to Kemp. Kemp, he's guarded by Heil. Nice job by Heil, backing him off. The shot by Kemp is no good. Johnson gets the rebound. Brendan Beasley's on the run. Fires from about 18 off the iron, no good. Kemp gets the rebound, and it's going to come the other way. As they have it just below us. They're moving from left to right here for the second half in their road blues. Wide open, Schnitker passes up the 3-ball in front of Coach Brad Weathers for the Nashville Hornets. He's been relatively quiet tonight. Coach Weathers has.
This gets a little closer, he won't be.
No, I guarantee you. That's true. Brink has it. They get it down low. They find Schnitker, and Blake Jackson's called for a reach-in foul as he gets Schnitker on the wrist. And that is going to be the second on Jackson, the second team foul on Carterville, and Schnitker's at the line shooting 2.
That's a play that's worked several times for Nashville. They get the ball on one wing and then set a screen on the opposite wing and try to go back door.
Free throw by Brandon Schnitker is no good. He has another one coming to him. This Lions broadcast is brought to you by the City of Carterville, Mayor Brad Robinson, and the entire City of Carterville, proud sponsors and supporters of Carterville Lions. Schnittker misses both of those free throws. He's got 4 points in the game. Carterville can cut into this 5-point lead with a bucket here. Beasley, he loses behind the back dribble, leaves it for Johnson. He fires from three, no good. Brogan Kemp pulls down the rebound for the Hornets. 3:10 left in the third quarter. Down 5, 28-23. It's Nashville ball. Kemp, he has it toward the left elbow. Turns, spins in the paint. Left-hand layup is good by Kemp. He's got 7 points in this game so far, and we have a timeout that is called. It is going to be called by Coach Brad Weathers, and it is a 30-second timeout. This Lions broadcast is brought to you by the Bank of Carbondale's Carterville Banking Center. The Bank of Carbondale, they are proud to be locally owned and operated. They're a community bank, and you can stop by and visit their friendly and professional staff. You can do that at the Carterville Banking Center. It's at 200 West Plaza Drive. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Another low-scoring game at halftime. Heron leads Massac County 21-13. Massac had 11 at halftime last week here on Saturday. So they've improved offensively from 1 week to the next.
Yes, they have. Yes, they have. Good ball game here. Carterville's within striking distance. They're staying about 5, 7, 8 points away. But don't forget, midway through the third quarter, probably about this time, on December 21st, the first time Carterville played Nashville, that's when they kind of got things together and was able to play a great fourth quarter and come away with the 43-37 win. Their first win ever at Assembly Hall in Nashville. And that was back on December 21st. Where were you at, Scott? I guess you were there.
I was there.
The bank shot by Blake Jackson. Tough shot from the right side. He's able to bank that one home. 30-25 Nashville. So Nashville has it into the front court. Double team by Boltman. He's met there, but he gets it away. Now it's Hagemeyer. He drives, and we have a blocking foul that is called on Justin Johnson. Johnson's done a great job recently, holding his ground in the paint, taking those charging fouls, but this time it goes the other way. It's a foul on JJ.
Yeah, the shot was missed by Hagemeyer. And so after the shot, Johnson gets called for the foul. So Carterville again misses a golden opportunity to get the ball after a Nashville miss.
Hagemeyer makes both of them. So it's 32-25. 7-point lead once again for the Hornets. Brennan Beasley kicks it out to Dylan Moore. Justin Johnson behind the back toward the right wing. Moore, right-hand dribble, back to Johnson, takes it to the left elbow. Kick out top of the circle. Blake Jackson drives the right side. His bank shot is up and no good, but he's fouled and is going to go to the line and shoot two.
And Carterville's got to make their free throws. You know, when you're struggling offensively and you're down by 7 with just a little over 2 minutes to go in the third quarter, you've got to take advantage when that clock stopped to get points.
That foul is on Hayden Hagemeyer, the second team foul on Nashville now. First free throw by Blake Jackson is good. Blake has 9 points in this game so far. This would put him in double digits if he's able to roll this one home. Second one is off the front of the iron, no good. Brogan Kemp yanks down the rebound for the Hornets. 1:55 left here in the third quarter. Boltman, guarded by Dylan Moore, brings it to the right side. That is Hagemeyer, guarded by Beasley. Back to Boltman, top of the circle, leaves it for Brogan Kemp on the right wing. He gets the pass down low. That is Brink. His shot is up and good. He's been quiet for a while. Don't want to wake him up. He's got 9 points, though, in this game.
Got position on the low block and just backed his way in and kissed it off the glass.
Beasley, top of the circle, over to Dylan Moore. Moore to Johnson, now back to Beasley. They get the ball down low to Taylor Howell. Nice pass. His turnaround jumper is good from about 8 feet or so. Taylor Howell has 2 points. Nashville basketball. Schnittker in the backcourt. Now they're going to, 10-second call. Nice job defensively by the Lions to force that turnover. How many turnovers have you got Nashville for?
I've got them for 2 this half and 8 for the game.
submission. I'll post it on the school website coming up this week as Beasley, his shot is stripped underneath the bucket. Turnover on 9-point lead now for the Hornets.
Turnover leads to a 3. What could have been a close game is now a 9-point lead for Nashville.
26 seconds left in the third quarter. From the right elbow, Justin Johnson's able to get the jumper to fall. And Carterville put another point on the board here with 4 seconds. Beasley to Dylan Moore leads, and we're heading to the fourth. It's Lions basketball on. Welcome back to Carterville High School, where we're heading to the fourth quarter. Carterville is down 7. It's 37-30.
Carterville a little bit better shooting in the third quarter, 45%, 44% for Nashville. Carterville had their opportunities early in that third quarter especially to cut into that lead, but then a big 3 late in the third has given the Nashville Hornets a 7-point lead.
It's Hornets basketball as we start play here in the fourth quarter. As it is Brank that is guarded by Beasley. Now they get it to Boltman. Boltman finds a cutting Brogan Kemp on the baseline. His left hand layup is good. Brogan Kemp, he's looking good tonight.
Yeah, he's got that nice little floating left-handed shot. Nashville's hit 4 shots in a row from the field.
39-30 the score. Carterville basketball. Johnson drives the left baseline. Kick out pass to Jackson. Spin move at the left block. His shot off the back of the iron. No good. Kemp gets the rebound for the Lions. Quickly into the front court. Hagemeyer. Right side, guarded by Beasley. Right-hand dribble. Takes it to the rack. His shot is up, and he gets it to fall.
Dave, he beat his guy at about the arc, and nobody for Carterville came over and took a charge, or at least forced him to dribble back out.
He's got 10 points in this game, and we have a turnover on Blake Jackson. A travel is called, and that's going to give the ball back to the Hornets.
Now the wheels are starting to come off.
Carterville needs to settle down. They're down 11. They're not out of it, but they need to get some things going. As Boltman tries to get Dylan Moore to foul him in the backcourt. No call. And they break the timeline. Now it's Schnitker over to the left side. That's Brogan Kemp. Right-hand dribble. Gives it to Hagemeyer. He's guarded by Beasley. Boltman is guarded by Moore. And Carterville has picked up the pressure defensively, man-to-man. A switch by Justin Johnson and Taylor Howe. They work it toward the right side. Boltman, top of the circle. Brogan Kemp. His pass is tipped away. There's a steal by Brennan Beasley and a foul that is going to be called on Hayden Hagemeyer. And his third.
Yeah, Shane Hawkins is wanting an intentional foul. I mean, Hagemeyer just reached around and grabbed him with both arms, and Shane Hawkins wanted an explanation. And Shane doesn't like what he just heard.
So it's going to belong to Carterville. Underneath their basket, far side. Beasley's going to trigger the inbound, 41-30. Carterville can get it back under 10. Taylor Howe kicks it out to Beasley. His shot hits off the top of the backboard, but Carterville controls the rebound, and then there's a foul by Brogan Kemp as he tried to wrestle the ball away from Justin Johnson. The fourth team foul now on the Hornets. Carterville basketball on the far side in front of the Carterville fans, who are, as we sat here, they're toward the right. Nashville setting on the left. 6:10 remaining here in the ball game. Beasley toward the right side, leaves it for Dylan Moore. He leaves it for Justin Johnson. Johnson takes it to the right block. Now Jackson has it. Shake and bake. He travels. Another turnover on the Lions. I've got him for 4 in this second half.
Yeah, I've got him for 4 and 7 overall. And Carterville has not taken advantage of some things Nashville has given them in the second half. And Carterville's going to really have to do some damage on the defensive end.
On the inbounds pass, they try to run a little mini baseball play, or football pass rather, to Schnitker. It's off his hand. It's a turnover on the Hornets. It's going to belong to the Carterville Lions.
That's 5 turnovers for Nashville in the second half.
11 for the game.
Yep.
So, 2 minutes of nothing on the scoreboard since we've come back here at the end of the third quarter.
May not be suitable for young viewers is what you're saying.
It's pretty ugly. Carterville has it. Dylan Valerius is in the game now. Gets it over to Blake Jackson. Down low, they get the pass to Heil. Turn around jumper. Boy, I like that little 8-foot jumper from Heil. That's good. He's got 8 points now in this game. 41-32, Nashville with the lead. Into the front court. Schnitker drives toward the left to side, but he backs it up, and then he has his pocket picked by Blake Jackson, and timeout called by Blake Jackson. That's a nice hustle play. Shane Hawkins is happy, and it's going to be a 30-second timeout as well. This Lions broadcast is brought to you by Charlie's Air Conditioning and Heating in downtown Carterville for over 30 years. They proudly support the Carterville Lions. 985-2502. Charlie's Air Conditioning and Heating.com.
Well, Carterville creates another turnover. That's 6 now in the second half against Nashville. Carterville, at this point in the game, when you're down by 9, you get a turnover, you got to turn it over into points. And Carterville has not shot the ball well from the field tonight. They've had especially a tough time getting the ball inside of Taylor Heil tonight. When he's gotten the ball inside, he's been able to do some damage, but Nashville's done a very good. Of course, Nashville doesn't have to worry about the other twin tower and Luke Ford tonight, who's still out with that foot injury. But Carterville's guards, especially, and forwards, have got to shoot better this last 5:15 if they expect to make a comeback.
So it's going to belong to the Carterville Lions, the length of the floor to go. Brendan Beasley takes it across the timeline toward the right side. That is Blake Jackson. Now to Valerius. Valerius back to Blake Jackson. He's on the right wing. Beasley brings it left side. Valerius now on the left corner. Top of the circle, Jackson to Johnson to Beasley on the right wing. 4:54 left here in this game. Carterville is down 8 points rather. 9, I guess is what it is. I have to do too much math there.
You were close enough.
Under 10, I'll put it that way, because there's not a 2 on both end numbers up there. Carterville showing some patience. They get it down to Heil. Little turnaround jumper by Heil is good. That's going to work against Brogan Kemp. Kemp doesn't want to get another foul, and Carterville got 34 points here in this game. It's 41-34. Nashville has it in the front court. They work the ball around the perimeter as Boltman, right-hand dribble, leaves it for Schnitker. Now they get it back to Boltman. Double team trap is set by the Lions, but Boltman breaks it. Now they got Schnitker trapped, gets it back to Boltman. He finds Hagemeyer under the bucket, and Nashville kicks it back out top. They're going to run as much time off the clock as they can as they work it around the perimeter. Nice in and out passing, almost like a four-corner is being shown here by Nashville. Boltman has it, top of the circle to Hagemeyer. Now to Schnitker. He stands out top. Carterville flexes back. Now Beasley comes out and checks him. Top of the circle, that is Hagemeyer. Down low to Kemp. Kemp looks for the cutter. He backs Heil down. Now they send it back out top of the key. They've had the ball now for about 45 seconds on this possession. As it's Hagemeyer to Brink. Top of the circle, almost had a pick by Justin Johnson, but he gets a foul as he gets into the body, and that is going to be the second foul on Justin Johnson. That is going to be the fourth team foul on the Carterville Lions.
Carterville still has to foul 3 more times before they can send Nashville to the free throw line. As you said, Nashville just running clock, valuable clock.
Making Carterville come out and front them as they find almost had to turn over again. A pass was errant, but Nashville's Boltman gathers it in. He gets it to Schnitker. Nice defense by Carterville out top, but Nashville's doing a good job. They find the man underneath, and that's what they're going to do. It's going to be wide open underneath, or they're not going to take the shot. It is 43-34. Nashville on top. 2:45 left here in this ball game. Carterville needs to pick up the pace offensively as well, as Jackson has it toward the left wing. Head fake, takes it into the paint. His shot is, we got a jump ball as the defender, that was Hagemeyer, got his hands on it. It belongs to the Carterville Lions.
Yeah, Nashville ran about almost 2 minutes off the clock, and then they ended the possession with points. That's about as perfect a script as you can write if you're Brad Weathers. Now, Carterville is going to have to attempt some threes at some point just to try to get back into it.
Carterville has a 6-1 conference record. Boy, this could really tighten things up, as if Carterville winds up getting beat, the inbounds pass comes in the backcourt, and Nashville comes away with it. Another turnover on Carterville, and the bucket by Ryan Brink is good. He's got 14 points. Carterville has it in the front court. Beasley, 45-34. Carterville ball and a travel by Brennan Beasley. Another turnover. I've got him for 6 here in the half.
And Nashville has hit their last 7 shots from the field.
Man.
They have played well tonight. And Carterville, who only had 3 turnovers in the first half, you can kind of see the wheels coming off. You can kind of see desperation, frustration starting to set in. Carterville just can't get anything going.
Brandon Schnitker, he checks out for the Nashville Hornets. He comes to the bench, gets a nice pat on the back from Coach Brad Weathers, the 5'11 junior. Nashville has it. 2:07 left in this game to Kemp. Kemp out high, gives it back to Hagemeyer. Now to Boltman, back to Kemp, guarded by Heil, and Blake Jackson jumps in and tried to get the steal, and him and Kemp kind of tie up, and Kemp did a nice job. He walked away as Jackson was all up in his grill trying to get the ball, and he didn't want to give up the ball, but he turned around and walked away from it. So what's the call? Pushing foul on Blake Jackson.
If you remember on the game on December 21st, things got a little heated in that game as well. Somebody just got teed up. I don't know who it is. I think.
Yeah, no, they called the technical.
And that was well after the play was over.
Long after the play was over.
It almost seemed like everybody had calmed down, and I guess somebody said the magic word.
So at the line, shooting the technical is Ryan Brink. And he makes that. I still don't know who the technical was on. I think it may have been on Blake Jackson.
Yeah, I think it was on Blake Jackson.
He's checking out. Shane Hawkins lets him walk on by. Dylan Valerius is in. The free throw by Brink is no good. Plus, Nashville's going to have the ball. That's another turnover on the Lions. 7 here in the second half. And as you said just moments ago, I think the wheels have come off here.
Well, if you take away the West Frankfort Midwinter, I think Carterville's had their better games on the road this year.
They have. Much better, and we have a travel call that is called on Brink. He questions why. Schnitker's going to check back in for the Hornets. Coming out is going to be Bryles. So now the officials have kind of gotten in the play. The officials are talking to the players on both teams. So on the floor, it's Johnson, Valerius, Dylan Moore, Brennan Beasley, Taylor Heil for your Carterville Lions. Carterville basketball, 46-34. They're down 12. Minute 40 left in this game. I'm assuming the technical was on Blake Jackson.
I think it was.
And a foul is called on the Nashville Hornets.
That would fall in the category of not a good foul. Kemp guarding Heil out about near the arc. And Coach Brad Weathers is like, or probably like, why are you doing that?
Third foul on Kemp. That is the 15th foul now on Nashville. 1:20 remaining. 46-34, the 12-point lead. Johnson has the basketball. Dylan Moore works it to the right side. Brennan Beasley into the paint. He loses his footing And they call him on a travel as he tried a little hop step. And another turnover. 8 on the Lions.
And
11 on the game.
Yeah, and all this started, Dave, back in the first half when Carterville shot the ball poorly from the field. You get behind, and then when you stay behind, you start pressing. When you press, bad things happen. And Carterville scored, 31 against Massac County. They only have 34 tonight. You're not going to win many games scoring in the 30s.
Shane Hawkins clears the floor from his starters and brings in the underclassmen. Connor Henderson is in the game. Grant Garby's in the game. Tyler Biddle is in the game. Valerius remains in the game, and Moore remains in the game. So there was a foul that was called on Carterville's Grant Garby. That's his first, the 16th foul, and the 7th team foul. And so that is going to put Brogan Kemp at the line, shooting the 1 and the bonus. Nice round of applause from the Nashville fans for Hayden Hagemeyer. He winds up leaving the game with 6, 8, 12 points this evening. Free throw by Kemp is good, so he'll get the bonus. 47-34, 72 seconds left in this game. This Lions broadcast brought to you by the Ike Family Dealerships, Ike Honda and Ike Volkswagen of Marion, supporters of your Lions. Coming out now for Nashville, Ryan Brink. He heads to the bench. Second free throw by Kemp is good. Ryan Kemp, 4, 7, 9. He's got 11 points in this game. And he comes out. So coaches are clearing the benches as there's just a minute left in this contest. Carterville's going to see its conference mark fall to 6-2. That's going to put them in second place. Pinckneyville, depending on what they do tonight, remain in first place. The turnover by Carterville goes out of bounds. 8th, 9th turnover on the Lions. After 3, Carbondale leads Mount Vernon by 11, 31-20.
This basically will give Pinckneyville the conference title because they don't have any conference losses, and both Nashville and Carterville have 2. So that basically gives them the title.
Carterville does have another conference game tomorrow night. The Sparta Bulldogs will be here. 7:30 will be the pregame show. 7:45 the tip-off. And then Tuesday, we're back here again. It will be senior night for Carterville Lions as the Harrisburg Bulldogs make their way from Saline County to take on the Lions. 7:30 the pregame, 7:45 is the tip-off. For senior night, though, we ask that everybody come out. And let's salute these outgoing seniors for the Lions. Nashville has the basketball, 23 seconds remaining. It's 48-34 is the score. And just not a good game by the Lions. They just never could really get on a roll. And here in the second half, turnovers have been the question. Fouls have been the question. And Nashville has been hot. 2 seconds, 1 second left. 48-34, that is the final. The Lions lose to the Nashville Hornets here this evening. It's Dave McKenzie with Scott Hudson. Postgame show is next on News Radio WJPF. Let's go 2 minutes here, please. 2.
Wow. Nashville shot 63% for the game.
48-34, is that right?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
48-34. They shot what? I'm sorry?
63% for the game.
Wow. Welcome back to Carterville High School. It's Dave McKenzie with Scott Hudson, where the Nashville Hornets have won tonight. 48-34 is the final. And Nashville, they see their conference mark 6-2, I think. Carterville sees their conference mark at 6-2. And have fallen into second place in the Southern Illinois River-to-River Mississippi Division. One more conference game coming up tomorrow night as Sparta comes to town. And that'll be it, Scott Hudson.
That'll be it for conference. Again, Petenyville appears to have won the conference. This game, Carterville had an 8-6 lead early in the first quarter. And from that point on in the first half until halftime, Nashville went on a 20-11 run. And Carterville could never recover from that. They had opportunities in the second half, especially in the third quarter, to cut into that lead and make this a game. But their cold shooting from the field and really the outstanding shooting from the field by Nashville tonight. Nashville shot 63% from the field. Carterville shot 37%. Carterville with 12 turnovers, 13 for Nashville. Rebounding, Nashville out-rebounded the Lions 20-17. Kemp led Nashville with 9. Heil led the Lions with 8. But we talked about it in the pregame. No Luke Ford in the middle. We're going to put more pressure on Carterville's guards and forwards, mainly to score. And they just shot the ball poorly tonight. Give Nashville credit for running an efficient offense, a lot of backdoor cuts, and Carterville could just never get back into the ball game in the third quarter.
No, they couldn't. And when you look at the scoring from Nashville, you saw Brandon Schnitker. He came in midway through the first quarter, provided a spark for Nashville. That's kind of when they took off against the Lions tonight. He winds up with 4 points in the game. Hayden Hagemeyer has 12. Bryce Beltman has 4. The leading scorer for Nashville tonight was Ryan Brink. He winds up with 15 points. Brogan Kemp had a nice game in the paint for Nashville. He has 11. And Landon Briles added 2. 48 points scored by the Nashville Hornets. Tonight by your Carterville Lions, led by Taylor Heil. He had 10 points. Blake Jackson had 9. It was 4 by Dylan Valerius, 6 from Brendan Beasley, and 5 from Justin Johnson. Carterville's got to score more than 34 points to hang with anybody now through the end of the season, especially when you get into the postseason.
Yeah, we saw it last Saturday night against Massac County. Carterville only 31 points, only 7 at halftime. And they didn't have Luke Ford in that game either. And I'm not going to sit here and make excuses for Carterville because they didn't have Luke Ford in there. That is obviously, a big guy that you don't have in there. It's going to hurt. But it puts more pressure on other people. The guards and forwards have to be able to pick up the slack offensively. Taylor Heil, when he's playing against a team like Nashville who had the size advantage tonight, he's not going to get a lot of points. It's just not going to happen. And Carterville just did not shoot the ball well enough to win this game. Even though they were only down by 7.5, they were still in the game. They still had an opportunity. You got to come out. You got to take advantage of what was, for a little bit in the third quarter, a cold shooting Nashville team. Carterville couldn't. Then you saw the frustration in the fourth quarter, and Nashville pulls away.
Yeah, when you start pressing and having to score, and then things just never did come around for the Lions this evening. 48-34. That is the final. The Nashville Hornets get the win tonight on the road here at Carterville High School. We're going to be talking with Coach Shane Hawkins, and you and I have to choose our Joe's Lawn Care player of the game coming up in a few minutes. It's probably not going to be a Carterville Lion, I tell you what, I was impressed with the play by Brogan Kemp in the paint. He did a nice job rebounding. He led Nashville with rebounds this evening. He winds up with 11 points in the game. I don't know if you're good with it. We'll just go on and name Brogan Kemp the Joe's Lawn Care player of the game. He had a nice all-around game. I don't know that he actually came out until they pulled him there at the end of the game. Joe's Lawn Care, rain or shine, sleet or snow, call Joe, owned by Lindsay and Joe McKenna, Carterville Joe's Lawn Care. They've been around serving Southern Illinois for over 20 years, and they specialize in commercial and residential lawn, landscaping, maintenance, tree trimming, snow removal. They are a customer-oriented business and not just your typical run-in, run-out service that you're going to find with a lot of lawn care services in the area. They will take care of you. They will take care of your landscaping, your maintenance, your spring and fall cleanups, snow removal. Don't forget, Amy's off in Connecticut. They got like 12 inches of snow last night. Snow removal, Joe needs to go out there.
That's right. Joe, what are you doing here, bud? Load that equipment up and head out east.
618-534-8148. Rain or shine, sleet or snow, call Joe. Joe's Lawn Care, sponsor of our player of the game tonight for the Nashville Hornets. It is Brogan Kemp.
Well, Nashville got the ball into him and did a lot of the things that Carterville does with either Heil and or Ford when they're in the game. Kemp would get the ball more times than not with his back to the basket, and Nashville would just run picks, run screens on the outside, and whoever got open, Kemp would give them the ball. Or if he saw an opening, if he wasn't double-teamed, then he'd do a little spin move on Heil, had that nice little left-handed floater that would go in at times. Just a very efficient game by Nashville, especially offense. When you shoot 65%, you're going to win a lot of games.
Yeah, you certainly are. And, man, it's just a heartbreaking loss for Carterville. Really thought they were going to come in and sweep the Hornets tonight. I thought things would bounce their way, being at home in front of the great crowd by Carterville tonight. A great crowd traveled in from Nashville for this evening. And just thought that things were lining up. And after a good week of practice for the Lions, although I have to readily admit, without Luke and having that second big body in the paint, and he's been averaging up near 10 points a game.
Well, it's kind of doubly bad when you don't have Luke Ford in the lineup, because what happens is with Carterville, not only do you not have that second big in the game, Carterville doesn't have a big to come off the bench. So basically, you're down a big man for the entire game because there's no big guy to come in and give you some quality minutes. It is what it is. You don't want to use it as an excuse, but when you don't have him in there, your offense really changes. The dynamic of your offense changes, and you know I'm not going to say
you're handicapped right off the get-go.
Well, you are, and it's unfair to say, well, the guards have to pick up their play or the forwards have to pick up their play, because you don't want to blame it just on any group of players. But when you look at it, you have to shoot the ball better. And Carterville only shot, 37% from the field. You got to shoot better than that, or you're not going to win many games. I don't care. What was obvious last week? Massac County, a team that was under 500. They come in here and win by 1. Carterville shot poorly. That's why they lost that game.
Absolutely. We're going to go on and take a break. Hopefully when we come back, Coach Shane Hawkins will be here, and we can chat up with him after the Nashville Hornets beat the Lions 48-34 this evening here in Carterville. You're listening to Lions basketball on News Radio WJPF. Whatever you need to do here, Robert. We got time. I'll be surprised if he comes out. But that'll work. That works for me.
Carterville's only beaten Massac 34-32 in the fourth.
It's early.
Yeah.
Wow. I still got time to get home and take a nap before I even go to bed.
Oh, I don't know. I guess I'll go home and I don't know what I'll do.
Who are the Dogs playing tomorrow?
Evansville.
Evansville, that's right. Forgot.
It's probably what I should do is go home and do a little prep work for that, so I won't have to do it tomorrow.
Yeah. So this is going to be the 40th anniversary. Is that right? 67, 77, 87, 97, 07, 50th anniversary.
Yeah, 67, yeah. There he comes.
Yep. Back at Carterville, Dave McKenzie with Scott Hudson, where we are waiting head coach Shane Hawkins. And speak of the devil, he sneaks right up behind me here this evening. The Nashville Hornets, they knock off the Carterville Lions tonight in Carterville, 48-37. Shane Hawkins here on our post-game show. Coach, you got to give it to Nashville. They shot the ball well, and they just put the Lions away tonight.
Yeah, and we don't. I mean, we had open shots all night long and don't make shots. Believe it or not, we spend a lot of time in practice on shooting it. And we don't shoot the right shots in games. And we don't shoot the shots we're open. And it's a struggle offensively, no question.
Carterville the game, the first three quarters matched up kind of like what we saw at Nashville, down 7 at the end of 3. You're in the game, just not shooting well. But, man, they shoot 65%, and they were able to run their offense on the line.
Well, we're still having the same problems we had day one defensively. We can't get our guys on their line. It's a foreign concept that you actually have to guard when your guy doesn't have the ball. We're okay guarding the ball, but when our guy gets rid of the ball, we stand up and start watching. We don't get to help. We don't get to the ball. We don't ever talk on screens. And a lot of that 65% is they shoot layups.
Backdoor cuts.
They shoot layups because we don't talk on a back screen.
Yep.
And Coach Russ, the first play that we went over on Scouting Report today, the very first one, they scored on 5 times in the game tonight. The very first one. Because we either don't see the action, we don't see the screen coming, we don't talk the screen, or we don't help on the screen. And that's, I don't know how to help them with that. I mean, we work on that stuff all day or every day, and our lack of communication. I don't know if we don't see it. I mean, we understand what happened after we get the ball out of the net, but we don't ever see it before to stop it where maybe they don't get a layup.
Coach, one of the few times this year, maybe the only time this year that you were at a size disadvantage. Of course, no look forward again tonight. And I thought coming into the game with no look forward, a little bit of a size disadvantage, your guards and forwards, had to shoot the ball when they were open, had to shoot the ball better to win this game. And you alluded to it earlier. You had some good shots. You had some open shots. They didn't go. And for the second straight game, your team has struggled to score here at home.
Yeah, we have not been good at home. We've been downright atrocious at home. There's no question about it. Yeah, I mean, we shot 2 or 3 air balls the first half, shot a couple more in the second, off wide open shots.
You had good ball movement.
We got, and almost except for one of the air balls, I think every other one of them came off a set where we were getting the shot that we wanted from the right person in the right spot. And
there's no explanation.
I don't even know the question to ask you because it's just It was just one of those games, and they happen from time to time. It's unfortunate that it happens in a game that you're fighting for a conference championship.
Yeah, and I didn't like our fight.
Exactly.
We're playing, and I think it started last Saturday.
That was a heartbreaking loss.
Well, but I think it started Saturday morning. I think when Luke shows up in a boot, I think that changed our whole outlook.
The psyche was bruised.
It was done.
Yeah.
And we had obviously very little fight then, and we didn't have a whole lot more fights. And they gave us chances. We had chances. Even I thought we were very, very poor, and we're down 7 after 3, and really hadn't done a whole lot right, to be honest about it. And you're still in the game. But we just have such little fight to go make a tough play. We had stuff at the rim. Again, just like for the first 24 games of the year, we have stuff at the rim and do not finish. And we get the pads out, and we talk about it, and we show them on film. We go shoot shots inside 5 feet, and there's times we don't have our eyes on the rim. And I talked to him today at halftime.
Let me see here. This is the 4th or 5th game that you've said that this season.
And you go by almost every game. Sometimes I just get tired of saying the same thing every time. But I told him today, I said, the way we go shoot stuff at the rim is equivalent to dribbling in there with a blindfold on. You might as well go in there with a blindfold, and at least it's a great shot if it goes in because it's pure luck. Because it's the same thing. Because if your eyes are not on the rim, then how can you expect it to go in? I mean, pick a sport. How can you not look at your target and expect good things to happen for you?
The only explanation for it is called fundamentals.
Yeah.
It's fundamentals.
And you talked about in the games that you've lost recently, and I go all the way back to the midwinter.
Thanks for bringing that up.
Well, in every game, in all those games, you had opportunities to either get back into the game or actually take over and win the game. And tonight, you talked about the chances that you had. Third quarter, the start of the third quarter, Nashville only hit 1 out of their first 6 shots from the field. That was the opportunity for you to get back in the game. But turnovers and some, as you said earlier, some missed shots let Carterville kind of regain their composure, and then they finished off strong in the third.
I think that Coach Alexander on the bench had the stat, and maybe was it ever 32-27?
Yeah, I think so.
We were down 5, I think.
Yeah, we did get within 5.
And again, wow, we're a possession within, we're a made basket within being within a possession of the game. And he said we just had 5 straight possessions down 5 and didn't score.
They didn't. Yeah, that was in the third when they were cold in the third.
5 stops in a row.
Yep.
Down 5 and couldn't score.
Yep.
And the big one was, I think, at the very end or near the end of the third quarter, you got a steal, and then came down, turned the ball over. They came down and hit a 3. So that was a 5-point turnaround. That was kind of the microcosm of the game.
And it's not only does it cut into the lead, but you have momentum. Like this, all right, this is doable again. You were back in the game. Now go make it a 3-minute game and go play a 3-minute game as opposed to a 32-minute game, and you're right there. And we had I think it was a 2-on-1 or a 3-on-2, and just a poor decision, just a poor execution, and we kick it and they go and hit a 3.
48-34, the final tonight. Nashville over your Carterville Lions. Tomorrow night, Sparta comes to town, Coach. It'll be the last conference game of the season. At home, need to win. We talked about in the pregame show, recently lost every Saturday night game. And you can't allow the Sparta team to come in here and bite you, and they're completely capable of doing it.
Absolutely, and the conference stuff's out the window. You can't worry about that. We had our chance, and that's gone. We just need one for ourselves. We need to go. We need to win. Find a way to win a game. And, we're down to 2 home games. We're down to our seniors are guaranteed 5 games in their high school career. That's it. And my hope is that they'll have a little bit of fight and kind of be leaders for us, like they have been for most of the year, and we get playing well as we head into the postseason.
Want to change gears quickly. You and I and Scott are going to have the chance to get together and chat some more tomorrow afternoon as Scott and I are going to be hosting our Saluki pregame show live from Pinch. You're going to come down and we're going to get to talk some Saluki basketball. And it's the 50th anniversary of the 67 NIT championship. Hopefully everybody's going to be in town, as many as can be, but I'm looking forward to being able to talk dog basketball with you.
Absolutely. And, I think they're a lot like we are this year. They've been really inconsistent. They've shown glimpses of being pretty good, and then they've went and scored 41 points at Northern Iowa. Just like we scored in the 20s or 30s, whatever we've been scoring the last couple of games. I'm looking forward to it, and I haven't even got to see them. They came over here a couple times in October when the arena gets kind of screwy over there with concerts and. They have a boat show or whatever they have over there, and women's basketball is going on and volleyball's still going on, and they're kind of out of luck to practice. And they've come over here. I think they came over here 2 or 3 times in October and practiced here. And our guys were able to sit here and watch. And I saw one practice in the arena later, and I've tried to catch them on TV a couple times with our schedule and their schedule and junior high games and all that. Most of my information is newspaper and television, but I do think they're going in the right direction. I think they've got some pieces, and it's just they're really a lot like us. Their margin of error for victory is so small, and if they have a bad night shooting, there's no way they can win. If they get a night where they're not locked in defensively, they're in trouble. And I think our teams kind of mirror each other, to be honest. And they're going to go down the stretch about the last 6 or 7 games here before they get into the conference tournament. And I think as long as you can stay away from Illinois State and Wichita State, you can make a run, and that'd be good to see. And they're building. It's that building up process is sometimes a lot longer process than what coaches and fans would like. Yeah. Absolutely. But I do think they're headed in the right direction. They need that big win and to give them a little bit of momentum to head down the stretch here and see if you can. Crazy things happen in St. Louis.
Yes, they do.
You get in the Valley tournament, and not just the Valley tournament, but any conference tournament in the country. Yeah. It's just screwy things happen. You put an NCAA berth on in a 3-day time period. Hey, whoever's playing the best for 3 days, and a lot of times it's not the best team.
No,
it's whoever's playing the best and who has the favorable matchups. And it'd be great to see those guys get a shot at it, and it'd be great to get them back in the postseason again, get an NIT berth, or just kind of take those baby steps to build that program back up.
We're going to have a chance to talk more in depth with Coach Shane Hawkins about the Salukis coming up tomorrow. Scott and I are going to be broadcasting live from 1:30 to 2:30, our Saluki Sports Voice on Location pregame show from Pinch Penny. Come down and join us. We'll have a great time. Then we'll go watch Saluki ball, and then we'll come back here and watch the Lions when they take on the Sparta Bulldogs. Coach, thanks for your time.
I appreciate it, guys. Have a good one.
Shane Hawkins joining us on our post-game show. 48-34. The Nashville Hornets knock off the Carterville Lions this evening. Scott, wrap us up.
Well, a disappointing game for the Lions. You could tell it in Shane Hawkins' voice. Not very happy with the way things went tonight. Fundamentals, as you talked about, really weren't there tonight for Carterville. Give Nashville credit. When you shoot 63, I think I had them down for 63% from the field. They played good defensively. They really took it to Carterville because of no Luke Ford on the inside. But Carterville's got to find a way to shoot the ball better from the outside, plain and simple. Because you're getting down to the last few games of the season. You want to be playing really good basketball heading in to the postseason. Carterville's going to be playing at home, which really the home court has not been a home court advantage for Carterville this year. So I don't know if that's a good thing or not that they're going to be hosting the tournament. But tomorrow night you're playing a Sparta team that has very few wins on the season. The setting is perfect for Carterville to get back on the winning track, to get a big win over Sparta. And then, you got Harrisburg coming in Tuesday night, who's a pretty good team this year, not as strong as they have been in the past. But you've got opportunities to turn this thing around. But you got to do it quickly because the postseason is upon us, and you really do not want to go out with a whimper when it comes to the postseason.
48-34 the final here tonight. We'll be back on the air at 7:30 tomorrow night with our pregame show. 7:45 is the tip-off. The Sparta Bulldogs roll into Carterville, and the next to the last home game for the Carterville Lions for 2016-17. Now, also don't forget, Carterville is going to be hosting the regional here in about 3 weeks. The regional bracket is going to come out next Friday at 4 in the afternoon. And once we get that, we will update you on what's going on there. Don't forget the Carterville Lion ladies in action Tuesday. They will be at the Centralia Regional, and they await the winner of Mount Vernon and Salem. So that'll come up on Tuesday. We'll drive up and go watch them play Tuesday night. For Robert Teese back at the studio, our producer-engineer, thank you, sir. For my partner, Scott Hudson, I'm Dave McKenzie. 48-34, the Nashville Hornets get the win over the Carterville Lions. We will talk to you tomorrow night here on News Radio WJPF. Thanks, buddy. See you guys later. Thanks for watching tonight. All right, bud.